Good evening. Today I am going to show you a bit of old school cache code that um, produces like a menu type thing and an input screen. So just as a bit of an exercise, I thought I'd do a database around drones, like your quadcopters and stuff like that. So if I run the software first, then I can show you what it does. So we do drone. So this is the menu, and you can scroll up and down a list. This list can be as long as you want and as wide as you want. Well, obviously as wide as the screen width, but um, if you have it any longer, then it'll split into two pages. So when you go to the bottom, it will automatically start at the top again and go down. So for instance, the screen I've done is to record information about propellers. So if I press enter on propellers, then this is where you can put in details about propellers. Now I do know that there is a code like that, 121212. So what I'll do is I'll just put a new code in. Well, actually no, first of all what I'll do, I shall show you the global, the file that it's in. So we'll zwrite drone parts, and it's the prop that we're interested in at the moment. So there's two records in there at the moment. So now if I start drone again, so we can see that that's the data, 121212, and that's that. So what we'll do is we'll do a new one. Let's call this, I don't know, ABC123. So as you can see, it doesn't exist at the moment. There's no ABC123, but there will be in a minute. So what it does at this prompt, the code checks to see if the cache code checks to see if the prop code exists. If it does, then it will load the data and display it. If it doesn't, it just continues down to there. So we'll put in some weight. So let's just say these props weigh, I don't know, 10 grams. And let's just say they're 150 millimeters diameter. Let's just say they've got a 2.5 inch pitch. Let's say they're made out of, I don't know, carbon. Number of blades. Let's just say this one's got 4 blades. The rotation. This rotates counterclockwise. The center hole is, I don't know, 2 mil. The maximum RPM is 9,500, I don't know, 50 or something. Let's do that at 26. And let's just say these cost, I don't know, £34.56 each. Now, it's asking you if it's correct. So if you put in yes, it will save the data. If you put in no, it goes back to the last prompt. And what you can do is you can go back up. There's obviously a few issues like this, look, where I need to redo that. So we'll call it 10,000 revs. And I don't know, £23.09. So what we'll do is we'll save that. So that's been saved now. So what I'll do is I'll just show you the data, so it's saved it. So as you can see there, look, we've got a new one now, ABC123, and these are all the values that I've just put in. So what I'll do now is I'll show you how to get the existing data. So that's ABC123. Right, well, I'll show you this one because this one was already in. So that's a prop code. So like I say, if it exists, it'll load the data up, and then you can edit the data. So if I wanted to, right, actually the maximum RPM is 12,000 revs, not 12,500. So you put in number 8, 12,000. Let's just say, for instance, the material. Right, again, this needs to expand. That should say wood, and that should say counterclockwise. So I need to work on expanding the values. And there's little bits like that, look. But this was just a really quick demo that I threw together just to show you. So you can base, if you've got any screens to make, you could base it on that, I suppose. So let's quit anyway. Yes. Exit. So now, previously, where it said 12,500 for that, that should now say 12,000 because I've just changed it. So as you can see now, it says 12,000. So what I'll do now is I'll show you the code. So this is the main menu where we had new order, view orders, propellers, motors, electronic speed controls, and so forth. You can have as many as you want. And then what you saw, for instance, we chose propellers. Now it's set up data in a temporary global. So propellers were the 4th item on the list, and the code, if you choose propellers, is called prop. So it'll keep spinning around this, it'll loop around this until you choose something. When you choose something, it gets a value from this level. So we're getting that value there, prop. It then exits the loop, comes down here. Now we've just selected one called prop. So what it does then, it says if your option is prop, then do that routine. So we do drone prop, which is this. What this does then is it loads up the header. So if I show you the header, so then what it does is it clears the screen, draws a heading, and then loads up these fields. Then it sets a value called line lab. That's short for line label to inner. So what it does then, it will loop round this until it finds the line label that you want. So we want inner at the moment. So what it's going to do is it's going to do this one, inner. So if I scroll down to inner, so it sets up a few default values. Then it sets the line label to code. So it comes back up, it's looping round. Now it's code. So it will do code. Now what it does then is it shows you a help line. It draws a prompt, and what it does then is whatever code you enter, it sees that code exists in that file. If it does, then it sets line label to view, quits out. If it doesn't, it sets it to wait. So in other words, if the data exists, there's two options there. There's wait, there's view and wait. Wait is the next prompt on the list, so it's the propeller wait. And view is if we come down here, so view sends it to another routine, which is drone prop view. It's very similar, but this time what it does is it draws all of the prompts, then draws the value of each piece it's got from the database. And by the way, it gets this from here. So this is using $piece. and then what it does then, it shows you a prompt saying which one you want to edit, basically, which is down here somewhere. Where's it gone? Edit. Oh, it's there. So then it shows you that. Choose 1 to 10 to edit, and then it just simply does a check. If that string contains a key that you've pressed, then it will do the certain line. So for instance, we changed the number of blades, so we selected 5. No, we did RPM first, so we selected 8. It knew it was 8, so then it went to the RPM. And what it did then was it asked us to put a new RPM in. So that's it. If you want the code, I can post the code for you. Just let me know. And you'll find it's quite easy to do, but it's not bad. It's quite powerful. It's quite good. Again, this is years old. Well, actually, this particular piece of code is only a couple of days old because I've just written it. But the actual process, I've used it several times over several years. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much.